Hello and welcome back to my wee channel. Today we've got a Audi A1 S-Line that I have had lying for a long time. I actually bought this car for my son for his first car, and then we realised it was going to be a bit too expensive to insure. We changed plans, we got him something else, and for whatever reason this car's been lying in the pile for several years, gathering moss and getting ruined. Someone smashed the back window in it, and it's just been an abandoned project. But I decided it's about time this little car got some love. It's still quite a valuable little car, and so we're just going to get in about it. So just having a look around about it, you'll see there the spare wheel well's full of water. It's been lying a long time, lots of green moss, really sort of poor state, just with the weather getting into it. A bit of a waste of a decent car, to be honest. Damages to the offside rear quarter. It's a category S. We bought it from Copart, I think. And look at that, all that green mould and moss growing in the carpet and mould all over the steering wheel. Absolutely disgusting. Hasn't been started or ran for years. So this will be the first start of the car, and see if it runs. If it runs, we'll see if it drives. If it drives, we'll go ahead and start the repair. So here we go. You're hearing it just the same as me. First turn of the key, booster pack's on the battery's dead. First turn of the key, will it start? And yes, a bit rattly, a bit tappety, just with lying. I checked it for oil and water before I started it, obviously, and just as the heat gets into it a bit, that tappety noise is sort of wearing off. So just giving it a wee rev just to check the engine sounds okay, turbo sounds okay, and I think this car's actually still in decent nick, despite the long period of time that it's been lying outside. So we'll get it moved over into the wash bay, and we'll give it a nice wash and get all the green moss off it, and get it cleaned up and see what we're dealing with. So into gear, and yeah, we've got a clutch, all feels fine. Brakes are horrible on it, they're all rusty and binding and stuff, but that's nothing we can't deal with, that's just minor issues. So over in front of the unit, and we'll go around it and give it a nice wash and see exactly what kind of condition it's in after its long period lying outside. And there you go, that engine's now taking a decent rev, and it actually sounds sweet. It's a wee 1.4 TFSI petrol engine, decent little car, so definitely worth fixing. And that's just some G101, which is a kind of non-caustic spray that I use, and it just removes moss and grime and road dirt, and really quite a good product if you've not tried it. So you just spray it on, leave it for a few minutes to soak in, and then rinse it off, and it works wonders. You'll see, look at the state of that roof, all that green moss. Look at the bonnet, absolutely disgusting. Such a waste of a decent car. So that's it all. Snow foam now, very light runs on the engine as well, just to get all the dust and grime off it. I don't go crazy with water under the bonnet, but I just wanted to get this one looking as good as it could to try and almost motivate myself to get in about it and do something with it. When you don't sort of clean them and you just sort of feel downhearted and it doesn't motivate you. I think it's, if you get it all sort of nice and clean and you see what you're actually dealing with, it kind of motivates you to get on with it. So there you go. I knew this car would clean up quite nice. It was a clean car when we bought it, and there's that damage on the offside rear quarter, and there's a bit of suspension damage as well. I've got a back axle for this car ready to change, and we'll replace that rear quarter and pull out the damage that's there. But other than that, it's fairly straight. There's a bit of damage on the near side front bumper, you'll see, sort of scuff, and the bumper's sort of dislocated, and there's a sort of high spot on the near side front wing, so we'll deal with that as well. Probably get the wheels refurbed, and then obviously a nice valet and fresh discs and pads, and just give it a right good going over, service it, and then we'll probably put this one up for sale. So under the bonnet, as you can see, it's had a wee rinse off. It's pretty clean under there. It's got antifreeze in it. Under the actual bonnet underside is all nice and clean as well. All that green moss is away. Really clean car pre-accident. I can now see why I bought it, and I can't really understand why it's ended up lying the length of time that it did, but you know, other jobs get in the way and things get forgotten about, and I think someone smashing the back window in it just kind of put me off the car or made me lose interest in the car for whatever reason, and I just never got back to it up until now. So there's that engine running, and it actually sounds really sweet, which is, you know, something we want to check first before we start spending money on the car. Make sure it's mechanically sound and it's going to turn into a nice car. So into the workshop, and the first walk round the car, that quarter glass has been cut out, and I've marked with a pen where I'm going to do my first cut on the offside rear quarter. I'm just walking around the rest of the car. Near side's all pretty good, no rust, dings, dents, clean. And then there's that little sort of high spot on the near side front wing, bit of scuffing on the near side front bumper, which is just kind of bread and butter stuff. We'll fix that, no problem. A wee stone chip on the bonnet there, which is quite annoying because the rest of the bonnet's actually really good. I think I'll probably just touch that in. I think it's a decent looking car. I've already started to take that side skirt off, and as I say, I've marked a rough first cut. I like to just cut the quarter off, get the bulk of it out the road, and then work my way around, picking off the rest of it and dressing it all up and getting it ready for the replacement quarter panel. And I've took the interior trim out of there, ready for welding. A lot of folks said to me, why are you not repairing that quarter panel? Purely because there's a lot of inner damage on the inner wing, so to get to the inner wing, you really need to remove the outer wing. And there's the outer wing there, the outer quarter, OEM part from Audi. I think it was roughly about £500, which wasn't cheap, but you get quite a lot for your £500, and I'll make this car mint again, and it's worth doing, so let's do it right. So there's that first cut. So I've cut roughly round the whole quarter panel, got the bulk of it out the road, and you can see that inner damage on the inner arch, so we'll reshape that as well while we're in there. And then that's it, all the quarter panel cut off, exactly where Audi join it, and exposing the inner damage, which we'll now work on and get that squared away before we offer up the replacement quarter panel. So nothing untoward there, it all sort of pretty straightforward. It's basically what I was expecting. And there's the cut on that sill, and all the bare metal dressed up, ready to accept a new quarter panel. Pretty straightforward repair really, nothing sort of too complicated. And Audi actually, in their wisdom, give you a nice wee bit there to join it, which is under a bit of trim, so you don't see it. Not that it won't look pretty and not be welded properly, but it's a nice sort of area, so it won't need too much filler work to make it look perfect. And then that's me. I'm just using a porta power here just to jack out that bit of damage. It's kind of like crushed in. So just pushing that out against the chassis leg and dressing that up and getting that to where it needs to be, so that it's ready then to accept the quarter panel and sort of get reshaped into it. So that's it all hammered up and reshaped roughly with a hammer and dolly, and get the shape back into it and get it exactly sitting how it would sit originally, and get all the kinks and creases out of it and get it all looking spick and span ready for the outer quarter panel. So that came out okay. And then there's that brand new quarter panel, cut down to size, cut where we want to join it, and offered up to the car. Just checking everything lines up, checking the gaps to the door. I've got the door latch fitted at this stage, and checking that the door opens and closes, and that the alignment is absolutely bang on. No room for error here. Once this is welded on, you can't move it. So take my time at this stage and making sure that it's bang on. And then what I do is I usually put some screws in just to hold it. And then I get on with the welding. So all clamped round and then welded up. I don't have a spot welder, so these are just drilled and plug welded, which is a perfectly acceptable way of doing it. And the plug welds are exactly where the spot weld would be on the original Audi. It's as strong, as good. It's just a bit more labour intensive because you have to grind the weld back down and then sort of dress it up. Whereas the spot welder just leaves a nice little spot. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford a spot welder, but at this stage I don't have one. I don't feel I need one. And there you go, there's the fire on. It's turned really cold here in central Scotland. It was down to sort of 0 degrees in the workshop, so we got the heater out and trying to warm the place. And then that's it all fitted up, the seam sealer all done. Tried to recreate the seam sealer joins exactly how Audi had it. Rolled the arch there exactly how Audi had it, and started some filler work on the welds, and just smoothing it in so that once it's all painted you can't see that the quarter panel's been replaced. And this is exactly how Audi would advise you to repair the car. It's perfectly reasonable to cut and join in these places, and it's just as strong and as good as new. And then that's all masked up, ready for a bit of primer. Just take this opportunity, thank you for watching, and please hit that subscribe button, it means a lot to us. And there wasn't a video last week because Jack had a bit of the man flu, so we gave him a week off from editing. As you know, Jack's my son and he does all the editing for me, which I'm very grateful for. But we gave him a week off last week. It was his birthday as well, and just decided to ease the pressure on him. And there's that near side wing and bumper all sort of sanded down and ready for a bit of primer as well, masked up. So we'll get that primed, and I'll just prime the whole quarter panel here as well, just to get it all looking sort of spick and span. So there's the 2K primer, 3 coats of 2K primer on the repaired near side front bumper, near side front wing, and then 2K primer over the whole replacement quarter panel. And this will just be sanded down with 320 and then go up through the grits. Because it's silver, probably go up quite high in the grits, up to 1000 grit, and then we'll paint it and get it spick and span. I'm going to split this video into 2 parts, so this is part 1. Probably going to end it about here, and we'll come back to it. I've got a few sort of other jobs on the go, customer work that I need to deal with, so this one will probably go on a back burner for a wee while, and we'll come back to it. So that's part 1. Next part, we'll get it painted, all built up, brakes changed, and we'll get it up for sale. Listen, thanks again for watching, I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.